In this episode, we wrestle our way through Inner Mongolia, racing from grasslands to forest.
Variety of China's landscape, diversity of its people. Welcome to Travelogue. Welcome to Inner Mongolia. This episode will show you how great the people so-called living on the back of a horse. All right, let's go.
The Mongolian minority is one of the few remaining horse-based cultures in the world. Because of their nomadic lifestyle, horses play a very important role in their daily lives. In most places in Inner Mongolia, the horse is still the main mode of transport, and from the age of 3, children are able to ride. Ask any Mongolian person and they will tell you just how much they cherish their horse. Chances are they'll also be able to tell you stories or sing songs based on them. A favorite pastime in Mongolian cultures is horse racing, and children are often the jockeys, because they believe that a race is one based not on the rider's ability, but rather the horse's. The pace of life here is set by the speed of the horse, and a young man's eligibility is measured by his skill as a horseman. If you think that you are a good rider, I dare you to ride with a Mongolian. You might not feel the same way after. Another popular sport is wrestling. We're not talking about the WWF, because there's nothing fake about this. In Inner Mongolia, wrestling is one of the 3 manly skills, aside from horse riding and archery. Genghis Khan was convinced that wrestling was a useful way to keep his army in shape, and also a means of eliminating political rivals. The object of a match is to get your opponent to touch his back, knee, or elbow to the ground. In Inner Mongolia, they're a little bit more relaxed about the rules, and if any part of your body, aside from your feet, touch the ground, you've lost the match. It's not easy, especially when there's no weight classes or time limit in a match. When a winner finally emerges, he moves to the next round with a new opponent. Of course, there are rules, and the wrestler ain't allowed to strike, strangle, or lock their opponent's legs. I am suggesting that a hit below the belt is also not allowed.
This is interesting sports. This is in Mongolia. You gotta get involved. There's all the sports. You get a horseback ride. They're lots of fun. You gotta get involved. Come on.
Don't be fooled by the build of this man. They might be stouts, but they are skilled. And if you try to pass a fast one on them, like this guy did, chances are they will take you down quicker than you can say, "Let's dance."
Let's talk about it. How you like it? Where are you from?
Italy.
Italy? Oh, great. How you like it? This is get involved. You got to be part of it.
Good workout, huh?
Good workout.
Good workout.
Yeah, all those people. I think you picked the strongest one.
Yeah, he picked me.
Oh, he picked you. If I were you, I'll pick the girl.
You go for it. Go for it, please.
No, I can. I know I can. So this is a great part. You know, everybody get involved. Everybody be part of it. That's more fun. Look around. All these people here. Whatever you want, you can come over.
These vast lands don't always allow for much company, so this shepherd was more than happy to sit a while and chat. He tells me that the Mongolian minority are natural survivors and a strong and proud group. Most people think that Mongolians are nomadic and rely on rare livestock. But in the old days, their ancestors who lived in the forests up north were hunters, and they adapted their life according to the environment change. In late autumn and winter is near, time for the farmers to start preparing stacks of hay for their livestock. In Mongolian tradition, it's important to care for one's cattle, even if it sometimes means going to extremes. In this wide open space and long roads, you will often find drivers beeping their horns from as far away as 200 meters to chase off any cattle that may be on the road. And if the cow can't hear them, they will either drive around or wait till they finally cross. Now, that's a privilege not allowed farm animals around the world can say they enjoy. Out there, there's not much need for traffic police, so it's a good thing the cows are around to act as a speed trap. In Mongolia, you often find wired fences in the fields. Don't be deterred by them. It's not there to keep people out, but rather to keep the animals in. And if you're not part of the livestock, the Mongolian people are bound to invite you into their homes and offer you a drink or many drinks.
Here is a unique location. It's a tourist spot called Hunglet that shows Mongolian lifestyle inside. But that name is very unique because to every Mongolian, Hunglet means a lot. There's a lots of beautiful girls used from that area. Even Kyrgyzstan used to marry one.
You won't find many large stones on the grassland, but when you spot one this big and of this shape, try and find out if it's part of an ancient ruin. This one here used to be the base of a pillar from a palace. It's probably not something you expect to see way out here, but it's fascinating that a stone structure like this was able to stand the test of time. In the past, navigating around these wild open spaces was a real problem. Everything looked the same, and there was no markers that could direct you. That's where the Albao first came in. They were once used to road signs and a way to separate the lands of different tribes. So don't be surprised if someone says to you, "Hey, turn left at the third Albao." After the reign of Genghis Khan, the Mongolian people built albaos as memorials for the heroes who fell in war. The weapons they used during combat were placed inside the albao. Later, statues of a Buddha replaced the weapons, and the albao became a sacred place to worship and make a sacrifice to the gods. The best corn, meat, fruit, and alcohol are sacrificed in return for good weather, harvest, and fortune. The tradition is you'll pick 3 stones from the foot of a mountain, Climb the mountain with the stones, and when you descend, place the stones on the elbow and walk around 3 times before making a wish. If you drink with the Mongols, chances are you won't be spared. It's a way for them to show you just how hospitable they are. And if drinking is a gouge for that, they are extremely welcoming.
OK， 沾一下酒，先记下肩，记下地，就是。
然后就得了。
It's very interesting. That's a tradition, everybody know that. When you go to a Mongolia tent, 3 things you gotta do. 1, the hada. It's the most respect one, the blue collar. Another thing, like what they do, you gotta drink. And this is a tradition. This is like every day. You eat at a Mongolian tent, have to have that.
The environment like this is gonna be wonderful, and all the people living in the city will be very jealous. This is the best of the best. The best of the whole best. If you never heard this sound, I'll tell you this. It doesn't come from an instrument, and it's definitely not from a blowhorn. So what is it? Throat singing, otherwise known as overtone singing, a Mongolian minority traditional art form. The singer changes the sounds by manipulating the resonance created as air passes through his lungs to his vocal cords, then to his mouth. The Marine Corps, a horse-headed fiddle, is the most ancient and significant instrument in Mongolian tradition. Marine means horse, and corps means melody. The legend goes, a magical flying horse was killed by a villain. Heartbroken, his owner made an instrument from the horse so he could remember it. Originally, the handle of the horse-head fiddle was made of horse ribs, and its base fashioned out of horse skin. But nowadays, the horse on top of the nation's most cherished music instrument is made of wood, and tail hair for the 2 strings and bow.
这是4虎的耳朵，
耳朵，
这是这样的。
哦，
这是几千年的有历史。
4根弦是吧？
对。
这个马头琴是2。
马头琴和2胡是2根弦。这个也是咱们那个就是少数民族的长期用的。
符号。那这个呢？
蒙语解释到这是合法的琴了。
合法的琴了。
蒙拉克罗了。
呀，
合法的琴了。
合法的琴了。I got it. Okay. All the things means something. All this, the signs. There's like peaceful, or
happiness, lucky, all the signs, the traditional Mongolian signs. You can see them everywhere. In the instrument, in their house, in the tent, even those carpet, all designed for those logos. Even here. 这怎么说？
这是耳朵。
那这个叫怎么了？蒙文怎么着？
蒙文的荷花就行了。
荷花的去。
荷花就这。
Okay, you know that what we're talking about Mongolian. 荷花的去了。That's, you know what that means, right? You know that, yeah. There's all good. We got more This is real Mongolian outfit. It's a traditional custom. You come to our territory. This is Inner Mongolia. Everybody gonna dress like me. This is a typical way to make a hat. Traditional hat. 好像有个什么讲究来的是吧？
对。
我记得说，这什么星月是什么东西？There's a branch of a Mongolian called Blyat, and they have their own traditions, and there's outfits. It's a little tiny things can tell which branch you belong to. For example, for Blyat, they have the hat have 11 columns on the hat because all Blyat have 11 last names. So that's represent the family, the entire family. 这是太阳，这是光。That means here's the sun, and here it's the sunbeams. So this is another way of wearing it. 我来试试。这对不对？反了。哦。很暖和。冬天可以。What do you think? If I come out on the street in New York or Beijing like this, what do you think? You know, I feel like a Mongolian. Yeah, even 这走得这么早。I feel like a king. I feel like a king of Mongolia. I feel like a Kyrgyzstan. Okay. All the people come over. You. Yeah, that little girl. No.
I'm late to what turns out to be an amateur association with a passion for traditional Mongolian minority instruments. Don't be fooled by their age. They're a passionate bunch and they know how to have and show you a good time. Their dedication to this art form is inspiring. The deep sounds of their voices echo through the room, and just being here puts me in good spirits.
we continue our journey to the north of Holland-Bear and find ourselves in the midst of a forest, a far cry from the grassland. In the past, each Mongolian horse rider would own 3 to 4 horses. Fast movement. In contestants' time, once a horse trampled a person, there was no need to kill them because the next few horses would trample the person to death. Along the way, we passed Sanke, a town known for its excellent breed of horses. Look, how peaceful and relaxed they look. I reckon they need some exercise. Oh, I don't think the owner looks too happy. Better make a run for it. We head to our next stop, a little town called Shiwei, and it's certainly small, with a total population of 4,000, now part of the Russian autonomous region. According to the ancient Chinese records, Shiwei is the original place of Mongolian ancestry. There were thought to be 520 Shiwei tribes, hunters and fishermen, who adopted a nomadic lifestyles upon moving west from the forest to the Mongolian lands. Chinese historians named them the Mongols, but they were not the exclusive ancestors of the Mongolians. Other clans and tribes joined them, and gradually they became part of the Mongolian Empire. In the grasslands, the homes of the Mongolian minority were tents, but in the forest, huts are far more practical. It's amazing how these homes are built. Instead of nails, they use wood joints to secure the logs, and they place fresh moss in between the logs to keep out the wind. And because it borders Russia, this Mongolian minority hut could neighbor a Russian-style home. And if you don't already know how much crazy the Mongolian minority are about their equestrian companions, they've even built monuments to remind you.
I have been doing lots of research trying to find this little town, Shiwei, because back 1,000 years ago, this is the beginning of the Mongolia. So I hope you enjoy the program. Also enjoy being with me at this location. Very important. My goal has been accomplished. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
In the next episode of Travelogue, we embrace the bitter cold and wash it down with some spicy kimchi to give you a taste of life with the Korean minority